Right, hey, hi there, Chez, back again. After, I'm just gonna leave that on. I'm attached to my strap, which is a new strap for Christmas. Isn't it glam? I love it. Thanks, Mummy. Anywho, so this is a request. I'm going to start talking about how to get your fingers faster. I'm actually not a great example of this because I have massive man hands. Man hands. I don't know why they're so big. I blame my father's genes. It would have been great if I decided to be a pianist, but I found the piano was really, really hard. So I ended up doing sax, and I'm quite cat-handed with it. So I'm not the most dexterous, but I will tell you a little bit about how I got quicker. So that was some Skunk Funk, Brecker Brothers, awesome tune, in case you didn't already know it. This was actually, the request for this video was in relation to the Fleur East, the little sax riff in that, how to get that up to speed. So you can apply these methods to anything that you're trying to get up to speed. I just fancy doing something different. So, let's take one of the trickier lines, for example this one. Let's take that one. And I'm actually reading from music today, so I could have done that by ear, but I'm kind of applying this to if you have a difficult section in a piece as well, like you're thinking, oh, I can't get that up to speed. So just reading it off the music, but you can do this if you're doing something from by ear as well. So I have a few different ways that I would go about getting that up to speed. So the first obvious one is to put a click on. So Metronome. If you can't play it slow, there's no freaking way you're going to play it fast, that's for sure. So on my Metronome app, what is this app called? This is just called Subdivide. It's a little blue app if you're looking it up on the App Store. First of all, you might want to play the tune and try and get the tempo going. So it was sort of dun 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 dun. So I have a tap tempo on here. You notice I was tapping the screen at the same time. So it's coming out around kind of 144. So that's the speed that you're aiming for. Now I'm going to take it down to half that, even less maybe. Let's take it down to 70. So whenever you do metronome practice, first of all, you want the metronome good and loud, actually. It's probably not loud enough how it is, so I would have headphones on. But yeah, obviously you won't be able to hear it if I put my headphones on. But you want the metronome nice and loud in your ears, and you want to take it down to basically patronisingly slow. And try it at that speed. And I guess my main goal with that would be, obviously you're going to make it faster, but don't move on until you really can play at that speed. So if you're tripping, take it slower. If it's hesitant or there's something uneven in there, take it slower still. Don't be scared to start or don't, put yourself down if you start even slower than half tempo. Take it really, really, really slow so that they're almost crotchet speed. And I won't move on and bump up the speed to try it any faster until I can do that 3 times in a row perfectly. So if you do once, yeah, that was good. Twice, quite good. 3rd time, tripped, go back to 1 again. Until you can literally do 3 in a row, don't move on. Let's say so this is at 70. Let's say you have managed 3 in a row at 70. I go up about 10 at a time. So I might try 80. And let's say I can manage that 3 in a row and move up, etc. But it might be that today I get as far as 100. And I'm aiming for 144, but when I try it at 110, I'm just making a mess of things. That's fine. Get my pencil, write on the music, today's date, today I made it to 100. So that when you come to practice again, you should make it to at least 100. Otherwise, you're taking a step backwards. So keep working until you get to 100 and then think, okay, well, today I'm going to try and get to 110. And don't think that you could do it all in one day. It's kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You'll find that when you come to practice again, maybe even the next day, that you know, you feel like you're back to square one, but you won't be. You'll be chipping away at it, and you will be getting faster. It's muscle memory that you're training your hands to do, and I find the metronome really helps me to focus with that, and it's very goal orientated. If you're goal orientated like me, you like having a vision where you're going with it. This is a really good method for you. Just while I think of it, before I move on to some other ways to practice finger work, I'll just point out a few little tricks I was doing in there to make it easier as well. So if you've got a particularly difficult phrase or a load of semiquavers that you're having to handle, make sure you're definitely doing the best fingering for you as well, because obviously you've got all these alternatives. I think I'll put a link in the description box to fingering charts so you can see all your alternatives. But for example, with this, I used quite a few. So the first 4 semiquavers are G, G flat, so same as F sharp, F, and C. So I actually used G. I used my side key, F sharp or G flat, so that I could move smoothly from that to the F. So I went G, G flat, F, and then because my next set of semiquavers starts on a B, so I'm going to be going to the C and then the B, I actually used my side C as well, so that it was really neat. Side C is your B with your middle side key here. So that was my first movement there, to make it as neat as possible for me rather than the usual fingers, because obviously F sharp to F you've got to swap here, that's not very nice. C to B you've got to swap there, so I've basically eliminated those. Sorry, my phone's running out of battery. Okay, let's move on. So again, I've got several different ways to practice. So let's say that one's not working for you, or it's just a different day and you want to work on it in a different way, because otherwise, you know, attention spans do tend to waver. Another good method is to work backwards through the phrase. So I'm going to take my last 3 notes. Oh, sorry. Just the last 3 notes. And then I'm going to add another note into that, working one backward from there. And add another one. And add another one from there. You see where I'm going? So you keep adding a note at a time and working backwards and taking that nice and slowly. You can incorporate that with your click exercise as well. And then you can break that up more. So let's say you've worked all the way through backwards. You could try 2 chunks together. So here we've got 3 sets of 4 semiquavers. So I could put 2 of them together. So maybe set 1 and 2. That was a bad example. And then I could try putting the second and the third together. Then try putting all 3 together. So bite-sizing, basically, that's what I'm trying to say. So my second method, my first method was your metronome. My second method is essentially bite-sizing, making it more manageable. Third is to take the whole phrase and take it at a speed that you just feel comfortable with, and basically trick yourself into paying attention even though you're repeating it and repeating it. So obviously anything that you're repeating a lot, you tend to go into just kind of autopilot, and then you're not actually really learning, you're just repeating a motion. So to get yourself to carry on focusing, try taking the phrase but varying it. So maybe you'll vary the rhythm. So I might swing the whole thing. Or I could do the opposite of that. I could do kind of a Scotch snap, where it's da-da, da-da, da-da. You could change, well, even harder than that if you go into 3s. So let's say quaver 2 semiquavers. That really disorientates you because it really shifts where the beat should be. So if you're struggling to do it, it should be. And if you're struggling to hear where that should fit, try putting a word that goes with that. So da, 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 hot chocolate, hot chocolate. I don't know where the chocolate went. That wasn't a great example, but there we go, that'll do. Or the other way around, if you were to do 2 semiquavers and a quaver, you could use the word lemonade, lemonade, lemonade. Try and get that in your head to force yourself into those 3s. Once you've messed around with as many rhythms as you can think of, you could do the same to articulation. What if you were to staccato the whole lot? Or slurring impaired. That was a bad example. Or slurring in 3s, or you could do 2 a pair slur. Right, so we've got the changing. So we've got the metronome method. We've got the bite sizing, we've got changing the articulation and the rhythms. What else is useful for you? Do you know another really good one? It sounds stupid, but just learning it by heart so that you're really learning the shape as opposed to reading the notes. So you're kind of eliminating the reading bit. Again, if you try and learn something by heart, just bite size it so you have little reference points. And if it's, especially if it's a long phrase, eliminate the having the reading it part and try and learn it by heart, memorize it. That's a good method as well. Okay, is there anything else that I would do? I think that's loads to take on. Anyway, that's definitely going to keep you busy. So thank you for your comment on the flurries, and I hope you can apply some of those methods to that. I guess my favourite's probably the metronome, but some people hate the metronome, find it really irritating, but I just love it. I love having that kind of goal-driven practice. But yeah, I hope that was useful and funky. If you'd like to know actually how to play Some Skunk Funk, is a brilliant tune, probably intermediate advanced, but I could do a tutorial on that one as well. It's a really funky, cool sax tune. So yeah, let me know, write a comment. Yeah, so Twitter, I'm on there. I'm on Instagram. If you like my videos, you should definitely subscribe. And I will see you in the next tutorial. Please drop me a comment if there's anything you'd like me to talk about. I love talking, it's great.